1 Chronicles 12, 1 through 2 says, "Now these two are the ones who came to David at Ziklag, while he was so restricted because of Saul the son of Kish, and they were among the mighty men who helped in war. And they were equipped with bows, using both the right and the left hand to sling stones and to shoot arrows from the bow. And they were Saul's kinsmen from Benjamin." Well, if you're joining us and reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is 1 Chronicles 12, 1 through 22, and I encourage you to read that passage. Well, as you're reading these first two verses, you might pick up some very interesting things. Some of the men who joined David were from the tribe of Benjamin, and while that's interesting, there's something even more interesting. They were ambidextrous. They could handle a bow with both the right hand and the left hand. They could handle a sling with either hand as well. These men were prepared so that if something happened to one side of their body, they would be able to fight using the other side of their body. And this brings us to a very important application, I would think. We cannot just be prepared to do one thing for Christ. And even at that one thing, we need to be able to prepare it several different ways or several avenues of attack. For example, if you're speaking to a Jewish person about Christ, you cannot use the New Testament to show him or her who the Messiah is. They will certainly need to use it afterwards and when you've pointed them to Christ, but it's the starting point that you have a problem with. You must point to that conversation from the Old Testament. It's the only thing that they'll look at as valuable. If you're speaking with a Muslim, you must understand a little bit about the history of Islam and Ishmael and Isaac. You need to know that they count the Virgin Mary as one of the highest examples of submission. You might also start there in your witnessing. Also, you should have a short story which tells you where, or tells them where you were psychologically, emotionally, etc., and how you met Christ, what he's done for you since then. While the elements of the story are always going to be the same, the employment or emphasis of the story is going to be different. No matter what, you need to be ambidextrous in your ability to talk to people about Christ. It takes work to learn how to be ambidextrous, but the only way that you can accomplish that goal is by getting started and then doing it.